Hello everybody, back with the Yuga guide today. So, Yuga's actually a pretty good character. There's not, like, any specific flaws you can actually think of him, but he doesn't really have anything too over the top either. So, weapon skills, you're going to want basically strong attack plus and strengths 2 through 5, but you could probably replace strong attack plus or strength 2 for a versus skill, like versus dragon, versus undead, whatever, if you want to. Because, I mean, those two attacks don't really do a whole lot, so you could probably replace one of those. And then for the other skills, no healing, finishing blow plus, and then hasty attacks is kind of a sensitive topic. I don't have hasty on him personally, but there's some people saying it actually is worth it, some people saying it's not worth it. So I'd say probably if you want to get it, and then see if you like it, and if you don't want to even bother getting it, then just don't, because he's still good without it. And even though it definitely does help against a few giant bosses, it's not going to make that big of a difference, honestly. So, yeah, Yuga, finally the first mono lightning character since Sheik, and Sheik is a start character. It was game over 2 years ago. It's only taken them 2 years just to create another mono lightning character, which is kind of ridiculous, but okay, whatever. Anyways, Yuga. Okay, his weak string. That's definitely his best way to rack up KOs, and because that last hit just covers so much range, and also pretty decently fast. Nothing really else notable about it. Anyways, okay, on to strong attack, combo 1, whatever. So, he just spins around and there. So that alone is kind of just for pushing enemies away, but it doesn't really do much beyond that. However, if you hold down the strong attack button, then he'll place basically a magic circle on the ground, and it'll get zapped by lightning. And this happens to other attacks as well. So that part of the attack is actually really helpful, but for some reason it doesn't feel like it does enough damage, like compared to what it actually should do. It also does slow down enemies, so they're basically stunned, but yeah, it can't even kill these mobs, which is kind of sad. I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it does enough damage. But anyways, when they are stunned in the magic circle, that is plenty of time to start comboing them up with other stuff, and then they get hit, you know, with bursts of lightning as well, so that is fantastic. But really, this first hit, there's not really much of a use for it. What you can do with it is kind of like swirl it around the enemy, if I can actually do it right. Not really, because you can also like hold forward and then hold back immediately after and just place a magic circle behind you. So you can kind of do that and like go around the enemy. Or if they're against a wall, then you can just push them against the wall. But usually if you just do it like in the middle of nowhere, then they just get launched too far to actually follow up on. Well, okay, you actually worked, but whatever. Anyways, next up, combo 2. And again, if you hold it, then you can put that down. So, combo 2, it can break weak point gauges, but the bad thing about it is that you basically have to use combo 2 and then immediately use a weak hit afterwards. Don't even dodge cancel it, just immediately weak hit afterwards. So, I don't know if Hyrule is going to work. Anyways, on its own, combo 2 isn't like that like amazing of a combo tool. It doesn't really lead up in anything, and then like there, yeah. His finishing blow is really decent though. Well, Rudo basically just died because she's lightning, so yeah. So yeah, that's basically good for breaking weak point gauges, but it's not really so much for comboing. If you'd want a combo, then that's mostly what for the second hit is, for the magic circle, or just combo 1 and then do that. Those are mostly what you're going to want to use to start combos, in my opinion. So next up is combo 3, which for some reason it applies fire effect, which is its only move that applies fire effects. Everything else is lightning, but I think it's actually a good choice for it personally, because I don't really know how to explain it. Anyways, that move does a lot of damage, and basically once you have something comboed up against a wall, you can kind of just use that over and over again because it stuns them in the air. So after use like combo 1 to get them in the air, and then you use that, then you can basically just combo 2, and now they're stuck in the air. And if again, you can just put your magic circle again down after that, but there's not really much use for that unless you want to use like another combo 3, but it doesn't like infinite, so there's not like anything like too crazy about that. So yeah. Okay, combo 4. So this is actually a strange move because it does have a lot of good properties, but it also kind of has a lot of bad properties. So basically it's lightning, which means you can combo with it, but at the same time it launches people away from you to make them too far away to combo. So what do you do with it? So honestly, I'd say it's also kind of a good option for racking up KOs as well, but just the weak string is better. But you can use it for racking up KOs. Basically, if you have something against a wall, you can kind of combo with it. Not really though. You can mostly use it to just like have stuff get away from you if you just don't want to deal with it and just like, oh, get away from me, I don't like you. That's what that's used for, is just spacing out stuff and keeping it away from you. And without a doubt, its best use is against giant bosses, because that basically shreds every giant boss, because it's just, it does way so much damage to giant bosses. So that's definitely what you're going to want to use it for, but everything else, it's specific uses, but otherwise it's like not too impressive. And yeah, there's a magic circle. Combo 5. So that does a ton of damage. That's really nice. Basically, kind of the same thing as combo 3 in use. It's like after you apply the magic circle and then they're floating in the air, then you can just combo 5 for a ton of damage. They're basically floating there. They can't do anything about it. So yeah, and also because it's lightning element, you're still doing full damage with it if they're in the air or not. And because they're also frozen, it's also somewhat safe. It's not really safe because you're not like invincible or anything, but since everything is slowed down around you, it's not that bad. But yeah, you can't like dodge cancel anything, so just make sure there's like no projectile characters like running up on you trying to have you get hit or anything. And yeah, you can kind of just do that. You can't really combo it off into anything because of how far everything gets launched away, but yeah, it's just a solid attack in general. And then special attack, I'll try to get off the slope. Special attack's really solid. It just does a lot of damage. It covers a nice range in front of you, circular, and it's mostly useful against like just like breaking weak point gauges, because I mean, it's combo 2. Even though combo 2 is like reliable, it's just like I don't know. I just would rather use a special attack if I'm like battling like Zelda or Link or someone like that. Just to make sure that it breaks, I'd rather just use a special attack, because it also does some nice chunk of damage. And also against if you're battling Goma or Ganon, then you're going to need a special for them if you don't have Hasty. But if you do have Hasty, then you can take down every giant boss without a special, so you don't even need to worry about that. So yeah, mostly for Yuga, he kind of wants to stay away just to rack up KOs because of that, and then also kind of combo 4 just to like have enemies stay away from you. But at the same time, you can also get in with strong attack or combo 1, depending on what you want to call it. Just like get in and then start comboing stuff, and then yeah. So it's kind of like you have to know when to like get right in the face of something, and you kind of want to wall combo them, because that's mostly his most effective way of comboing from what I found, because wall combos are just OP, and I mean he turns people into paintings, so like wall combos kind of fit his character. But yeah, there's not really much else to say other than let's go on to the giant bosses. So Yuga, because combo 3 is fire, against Manhandle only, you're going to want to spam combo 3. But Manhandle is the only exception to that, just because it's weak to fire, and yeah. So that's going to wreck Manhandle up. But for every other giant boss, you're going to want to use combo 4. So for Argrok and King Dodongo, just spam combo 4, and you can take it down without a special and without Hasty. But if you do not have Hasty, you're going to need a special against Ganon and Goma. And of course, if you do have Hasty, then you can take down every giant boss in one go with combo 4 or Manhand Low, just combo 3, because Manhand Low is plant, burn the plants, evil plants to burn and die. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this guy. There's not like too much to say about him because he does have like kind of a few neat tricks, but there's nothing like too crazy about him that you need to really go over. And also, like, I feel like they're kind of slacking off on DLC because like all the Phantom Hourglass Spirit Tracks DLC, they only had 5 combos, and both the characters in this DLC only had 5 combos. So yeah, I feel like they're kind of slacking off. And also, like, with the boots, it had 6 combos, but one of them was just combos 2 and 3 put together in one attack. Like, no, I don't know why. It just feels like they're getting lazy. And then the Trident just doesn't feel that fantastic either, like, in terms of variety. It's like, okay, you have combo 1 rushing forward and combo 3, which is also rushing forward. I don't know. But Yuga is still a really great character to play, and also just for this victory scene because it's perfect and amazing and it's the best victory scene in the game. I don't care. It's just great. That's great, I don't care. But yeah, there's nothing like really technical. It's like you kind of do need to learn how to use the magic circle sigils well, but like that doesn't take a whole lot of work, and you don't even need to like really learn how to like use them well to be good with him. Just use them, and oh, now they're stunned. Now you can hit him with a combo 3 or combo 5 to do a ton of damage to them. And that's about it. And before I end this video, let's see. Is that going to be Hasty? I don't think either of these two were. Hasty, 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 Hasty. Oh, it actually is. Okay, cool. Actually, I'll just make a little follow-up after this. I don't really want to re-record it, but let's just unlock it, and I will see what that actually is like. Ooh, I actually didn't plan on this. Okay. So, be right back. It's gonna take like 30 minutes for me, but yeah. Okay, Hasty update. He does feel a lot different. Some things do get really weird, like strong attack does launch people really, really far away. Like, wait. Or, well, if he actually wants to get stunned. That sends him way too far away. But other than that, that's like the one like really bad thing I noticed. But everything else just seems a lot better in general. Especially like combo 3. That just feels like you can spam it way easier now, which I love. Like, yeah, combo 3 just feels a lot better with Hasty. I like that. So yeah, strong attack gets kind of messed up with Hasty. Everything else I feel like is generally better though. So if you do actually want to get Hasty, then it doesn't feel like a bad choice at all. Just, yeah, be aware that like strong attack, you're basically going to need to do the like turnaround thing to actually be able to place any of the magic marks anywhere, because like, yeah, you're not going to be able to use it without. So, yeah. And of course, I mean, you're moving faster, so that means you're also just safer, and you're also racking up KOs quicker, and you're also be able to take down Goma and Ganon in one go without having to waste a special. So it's just kind of overall better in pretty much every other aspect. It's pretty much 1v1, that's the only thing that gets affected. But yeah, like, oh, this feels nice, actually. Yep. Gonna have fun with that. Okay, so now that's it for this guide. Done. Just like Ganondorf, he's dead. Yeah, okay, that's it. Bye. Finally.